enter for the next race, which starts in probably about 3 minutes. Looks like 2.5 minutes. Well, the entry closes in 2.5 minutes. The race might start maybe about 4. We'll get a little bit of qualifying, maybe 1 or 2 laps in, more just to stay loose. The last race, which I'm guessing is probably like race 11 or 12 of the week for me, I was able to hit my weekly goal, which is to get on podium. Podium being first, second, or third place. I got third place. And, you know, in any of these races, for me, that ultimate success measure, it's not about winning the race, it's about moving up 1, 2, or 3 spots. And that's done by capitalizing on the errors of your fellow drivers. And it's not to be mean, but if they're in front of you, chances are they're actually faster than you. So I'm not necessarily going to get there by driving faster than them. I'll get there by being more consistent than them. And in the last race, which I just posted a little bit ago, I was able to hit my goal because the drivers in front of me made a few mistakes that I was able to jump on, and I was able to limit my mistakes. It doesn't mean I'm the fastest driver, but it means for the line that I pick to drive each race and the speed that I choose to carry, I was able to do that relatively consistently throughout the 4 laps of the race, and it paid off. So the race is coming up here in about 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I'll see where we qualify. That qualifying position is a big determinant for where I have the potential to finish. The last race I qualified at P6, was able to move up 3 positions to P3, which again is that podium spot. So if I can qualify anywhere from 4th, 5th, or 6th place, or rather start at that position on the grid, then I have more of a chance to get on the podium again. I'd love to bring home a win for the week. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not that big of a deal because I already hit my goal to be on the podium by just simply doing what I know. Driving my line, being consistent. There's a lot of psychology involved. When your head starts spinning, starts pumping, it's really easy for mistakes to be made. Happy Valentine's Day. I did spend some great time with my wife this morning, and we plan on spending some time later. So I don't just sit around racing all day on a lover's holiday. She is doing exactly what she wants to be doing right now. Okay, so one, I have to hold on to the fact that I hit my goal for the week, so I'm good. My ego is satisfied. But because I have been doing well, I actually moved up from driver rating C to driver rating B, which is that column DR. And it also means that I'm racing against progressively better skilled drivers. And it also means that I'm not as good or as fast, so I'm near the back of the pack. So if I can come in, I'm at P11, if I can come in at 8, 9, or 10, that would be great. I don't do that by driving faster, I do that by driving consistently. So, that's the plan. I'm feeling good. At this point, I always check, you know, am I feeling nervous? Is my heart rate up? It's very similar to speaking in front of a crowd where you get all spacey up in here. So I feel okay. I do take in a lot of deep breaths to make sure that I'm getting a lot of oxygen, and it might sound silly or overkill, but it also keeps a clear head. So it's Messiah Sim Racing. There's a shout out for SMSR on YouTube. And so I want to give a shout out. So Messiah Sim Racing came in first place on the last race that I did, and that's the one where I came in third place. So we'll give a shout out. I tried. Springer 1994 did well in the last race as well. Springer 1994 is at P14. I'll be looking for them to pass. Springer, that white Beetle does well, so you know I'll keep an eye out, but not by doing anything weird or moving out of the way. It really is just being aware that somebody might be coming up behind me that's faster than me, and I just stay calm, drive my line, minimize mistakes, be consistent. So got a faster driver coming up on the left, gave him the space. There's Springer 1994, which is fine. And I got bumped. Not cool, bro. A part of the problem was the mistake that I made. I actually did make a mistake there, and I missed my shift. So my plan now is to just stay calm and not do that again, because that was a pretty silly mistake. That was a really silly mistake. I got bumped again by the same car. So there is drafting in GT Sport. And what that means is you can go faster because there's less wind resistance when there's a car in front of you closer than 1 second away. I'm sure I said that in a really backwards way, but took that inside corner 2 wide. Breathing. Careful. Staying calm, collecting myself. I have to do that multiple times in a race because I will get rattled. I like to get closer to the pack and be able to take advantage of that draft that I was talking about. I'm going to let him go past if he can keep up. That no passing yellow flag comes up when a car goes off course. And that was probably the car that went off course. And that happens, it just means that you can't pass until the next green flag. There's flag stations around the course. To give you know, track conditions, signals for track conditions essentially, and that's a caution flag telling you that there is an incident on course and you're not allowed to pass because it could be dangerous for the cars involved. That's the real life version. I mean, when cars go off, they typically go invisible on GT Sport. But at the same time, there's no passing allowed in that zone. If you pass another car, not the car that went off, but if you pass another racer that's not a part of the incident, you get a penalty, and the penalty is served by driving through the penalty section of the track. Your engine gets cut. So we're going to keep an eye on Henri Pereira. It would not be wise to get too close to Henri because Henri is everywhere. No offense, Henri, but maybe you're using a dual shock controller instead of a steering wheel, but the precision just isn't there, buddy. And it just means that if I get close, I might be wrapped up in, you know, some contact. I could get a penalty, or worse, I can get taken off course and ruin an otherwise successful race. Oh, nice job. So Henri, despite erratic behavior, was able to pass Willstop from for 6th position. And if you recall, at the beginning of the race, the strong success measure of being consistent, driving my line, and maintaining my composure was to move up. And I did move up 1 position from P9. I thought it was P11. I may be wrong. I don't have the benefit of being able to rewind myself here, but if that's the case and I actually started P9, chances are I was P11 and then a couple people dropped out, which made me start at P9. So we're going to give a shout out to the winner, and I'm going to give Springer 1994 some love too, because they did well 2 races in a row, and as predicted, they did pass me. Yeah, somebody else, Spubby E. Freef. I'm gonna give some congrats to Spubby E. Freef because that was some pretty good driving. Give some love. So we're hanging out just to see if we get a shout back out. It's just courtesy, you know, to speak to the other drivers. That's all. I congratulated, give him an opportunity if he wants to say thanks. It's not obviously, you know, a requirement, but just for the courtesy of it. See, Spubby E. Freef, you know, gave us a shout back out. It's just good driver courtesy. And what happens is when we race against each other in the next races, which will happen, you treat each other with good driver respect. Springer 1994, you know, I think we had a good mutual respect in the passing sequence. So overall good race. It was successful. We did move up 1 spot. Next race will start within the next 6 to 8 minutes. Thanks for hanging out.